children automatically, if we have any shred of decency in us, children automatically are a miracle working in us because, for once, we're not selfish.
Amen.
Even when it gets to this time of year right here, we start going out thinking about Christmas gifts, right? We start buying them all these expensive things that we can hardly afford. Some of us can't afford. And we pinch every single penny. We go without. We lose sleep. We work our fingers to the bone so that we can give them every single thing that they put on their little Christmas list. Now, while that is selfless, if we go too far with that, it becomes selfish because you probably end up saying, hey, I need a little help over here because I did a little too much on this end. So then your burden now becomes someone else's burden to look after you because you weren't responsible with what God gave you and you overdid it. You only had about $200 to spend, but you wanted to make sure they had that PlayStation 5, so then you spent $400 or $500 that you didn't have. Now you got to ask somebody, help me put gas in my car so I can get to work, or help me to handle something. I need some groceries or whatever because you weren't a good steward with what you gave. Then you come to church and put $5,000 off. And I'm not. Don't get me wrong. This ain't about how much money you put in the offering. Don't see that. I don't care if you put $5 in the offering. But I'm saying, just like you work your fingers to the bone to get that $500 PlayStation, remember that the God who created you, that the God who put breath in your body, the God who wakes you up every morning, and you come and give him $5. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. Now, I'm not saying that to anybody personally, I don't know who done it, but if you did it, you should be ashamed of yourself. Because the Bible says that where our treasure is, there our heart will be also. So then God has already told us to put our minds, set our minds on the things that are above, because the things on this earth are perishing and they're temporary and they're passing away. So then therefore, if I'm supposed to be thinking on these things and I'm spending all my money on these things, that shows me where my heart is. That shows me where my treasure is. Now mind you, pay your bills. But if that means my child only gets 1 or 2 gifts on Christmas and my bills are paid and I ain't bothering nobody else, then so be it. Be thankful, be grateful, because somebody didn't live to see Christmas. Somebody did not make it to Christmas. Somebody don't have the money. People losing their jobs left and right and don't have the chance to get to work and can't get their children anything for Christmas. So then whatever your child gets for Christmas, it is your job to make sure that they are grateful. It is your job to make sure that they are thankful. If they are ungrateful, then you need to check yourself, because who are they to be ungrateful in your house when you're raising them, when you're paying the bills, when you're keeping the light on, when you're putting food in the refrigerator, when you're putting food on the stove, and they're complaining about what they didn't get? Tell them, hey, I think you need a job there, buddy. I think you're old enough, when you're old enough to complain about what you didn't get that you ain't paying for, you're old enough